Good morning, friends. This is Kaustubh from Fundamental Desk. We have released Q4 earnings review for the FMCG sector. Now, Q4 was very good for the FMCG sector as a whole in terms of high teens top line growth and strong bottom line growth. The volume growth momentum during the quarter sustained despite of the fact that there was a gloomy macro environment, food inflation remained high, and also companies took price increases in its product portfolio. So despite of that, the demand for the daily consumption item remains strong, and which help FMCG companies to post steady volume growth during the quarters. Also, we have to consider that the FMCG companies are tapping some of the low penetrated categories. They are entering into the rural markets. They are enhancing their reach in the rural market. Also, they are introducing new products into their portfolio, which is helping them to achieve good volume growth in past few quarters. So the volume growth momentum basically sustained during the quarter. With that, the price increases what the company has taken has helped companies to achieve around 17 to 18% top line growth. Also, for some of the companies like GCPL and Marico, the acquisitions which they did in the international market helped them to achieve around about 25% revenue growth. So overall, the Sharekhan FMCG universe top line grew by around 17% during the quarter. During the quarter, there were some issues with the canteen store department sales. There were no sales in the month of February and March, largely on account of the destocking at the canteen store department level. However, things have improved. So the top line of some of the companies got impacted because of this. GSK Consumer, for which CSD sales contribute around 7% of its top line, and Emami, for which CSD contributes around 8% of top line. So there was impact seen for these companies in terms of the revenue growth. However, company believes that things have started improving. The things will improve in the coming quarters. Already they are seeing good sales in April. So this will help the growth momentum to sustain in the coming quarters. In terms of margins, the margin profile of most of the companies have improved. The raw material costs have remained volatile. However, the companies have taken price increases in their portfolio. Also, gross margins of the companies largely improved on account of improved revenue mix. So companies like GCPL, then Zydus Wellness have seen improvement in the gross margin largely on account of the revenue mix. On the other hand, Marico seen sharp improvement in the gross margins largely on account of the drop in the copra prices. So for some, the gross margins have improved. For the companies where volatility still persists, the margins have remained under pressure. Companies like HUL, GlaxoSmithKline Consumers, they have seen drop in the gross margins. But now what they have done is that they have reduced their ad spends, which help them to show better margin picture at the operating level. So margin profile overall for most of the FMCG companies have improved. In terms of the bottom line growth, since margin have remained more or less stable for most of the companies under our coverage, except for some like GSK Consumers or Zydus Wellness, the higher other income helped the bottom line to show a strong growth at the bottom line level. Companies like ITC, GSK Consumers, HUL, where their strong cash pile on their balance sheet, because of that they have higher yields. Also, for company like GSK Consumer, business auxiliary income have gone up substantially, which helped them to show strong growth at the bottom line level. So overall, the top line growth of around 17% for the Sharekhan FMCG universe, bottom line growth of around 30% for the Sharekhan FMCG universe looks good considering the gloomy macro environment. Going ahead, we believe that in the coming quarters, the sales volume growth to sustain, considering the fact that demand buoyancy is likely to sustain, because daily consumption item, we don't think will have an impact of the high food inflation. However, the high discretionary spends or high discretionary items will continue to see some softening in the coming quarters as well. So, but for the daily consumption item, we expect volume growth momentum to sustain, coupled with the price increases, because as we know that the raw material prices have remained volatile. Also rupee depreciation, because of the rupee depreciation, we expect the landed cost of the raw material prices to be on a higher side. So we expect calibrated price increases in the coming quarter. So overall, high teen growth in terms of top line would sustain for the FMCG companies, but margins one has to be keenly monitor going ahead. In terms of the topics, we believe that we have to be we retain our call of remaining selective in the sector. We believe that companies with strong balance sheet, strong cash generation ability, lesser exposed to the rupee dollar impact, or less exposed to the raw material price volatility in the raw material prices, we believe that those companies would gain in the coming quarters. So on that front, we like ITC, GSK Consumers, Bajaj Corp, because it has a strong cash pile on its book. It is likely that there could be acquisition, development, inorganic growth activity in the coming quarters. Also there is also upside in the Bajaj Crop from the current level. So that is also another stock which could be looked at from the current levels. GCPL, though it has around 1,500 crores of dollar denominated debt, the company has very good hedging policy, hedging mechanism, and which will have lesser impact on the balance sheet, or there won't be any M2M losses in terms of debt on the in the P&L account. So because of that, we expect we like GCPL, and we maintain it as one of the topic in the mid-cap FMCG space. Thank you.